Brought to you by Penguin.
Keep Smiling Through by Daisy Stiles. Read by Helen Lloyd. Chapter 1. Mrs. Jamie Reed. Walking through Mary Vale's postnatal ward, Ada stopped in her tracks as she felt her baby changing position inside her womb. Tenderly laying a hand over the swell of her belly, she smiled to herself as she murmured under her breath, "You're lively this morning, little one." In just a few months' time, she herself would be on this very ward, hopefully holding her own baby in her arms. What would it be like, Ada wondered. In the years she had been senior staff nurse at Mary Vale's Home for Mothers and Babies, she had delivered umpteen babies, but never her own. One of the youngest patients, calling out from her bed, broke through Ada's line of thought. "Sister Ada, I'm so sore from the baby feeding. Have you got anything I could use to ease the pain?" Ada smiled warmly as she approached the girl who had delivered a mewling little boy into the world in the middle of the night. "I've got some marvellous cream," she announced brightly, "made by a friend of mine who specializes in using only natural products. I always keep a good supply of it," she added, as she unlocked the medicine cupboard and reached for a jar of the herbal cream that the chemist in Kendal kept a good stock of. "Apply liberally, 3 times a day. It'll soon soften those cracked nipples of yours." The grateful girl took the cream eagerly. "Thanks very much. I think it's because my little boy fed so much during the night that I'm so sore." "He's fast asleep now," Ada informed her. "I left him in Nurse Dora's good care." The girl gave a smile of relief. "Dora always knows what the babies want," she replied. "Whether it's changing, feeding, cuddling, or playing, she senses their little needs right away." "She's a complete natural, with a heart of gold," Ada agreed. Thinking of what her dear friend and colleague had suffered, the deaths of her twin boys, both lost in active service, one at Dunkirk, the other on a minesweeper in the North Atlantic, brought tears to Ada's dark blue eyes. After she suffered a nervous breakdown, it had looked like Nurse Dora Saddleworth would never return to work, but her love of newborn babies and her loyalty to Mary Vale had lured her back. Though now physically half the size of the woman she had been, and with hair that had turned pure white almost overnight, Dora was back among them, and the home was a happier place for her presence. As Ada assisted the young girl, her thoughts drifted to the many other girls she and her devoted colleagues, nuns and nurses alike, had assisted through hard times when nobody wanted to know them. Some poor wretches had just been dumped on the streets, others whisked off to the home the moment their pregnancy began to show. Some came alone and in secret. Rich and poor, educated professionals and ignorant girls who didn't even know where their babies had come from, they all went to Mary Vale in search of sanctuary, and the generous spirit of the place never failed them. The foundations of the building had been a 10th century monastery, originally a refuge and stop-off point for pilgrims bound for Furness Abbey. For over 9 centuries, the ancient house, which looked out over the ever-changing face of the vast Irish Sea and the majestic sweep of Morecambe Bay, had never failed to provide sanctuary for travellers in need. Ada loved every aspect of it, and was especially fond of the view of the valley from the back of the home. Dotted with sheep farms, the rocky ground steadily rose higher and higher until it merged into the lower fells of the Lake District, where Ada had spent her honeymoon and later conceived the child that she was carrying. Buttoning up her nightie after applying the herbal cream, the young girl interrupted Ada's reverie. "Thanks, sister. That feels much better already." "Don't forget, 3 times a day," Ada told her patient before she went on her way. Though now Mrs. Jamie Reed, Mary Vale's senior staff nurse, was always referred to as Sister Ada Dale. Thinking of her husband, Ada's eyes sparkled as she pictured Jamie's dear face, tawny golden hair that constantly flopped over his brow, bewitching hazel eyes with golden flecks, a firm, full mouth, and a strong, rangy body.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?